Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam, and today it is time to discuss all of the series that I'm in the middle of. It's a lot. It's more than last time, which is concerning, especially because I never used to be a girly who was in the middle of a bunch of series, and I definitely need to work on getting this down a little bit by the end of the year, hopefully, but definitely work through some of these books next year. I would like to say that these are all in the order that I left off in, but they're all over the place. So let's just jump in. I have actually broken down this list into series that I'm in the middle of. They may or may not be finished, but I still have many books to read, as well as series that I am caught up on. So these are series that are incomplete, but I have read all of the books that are currently out. So I'm currently in the middle of 25 series. I feel like this is only going to get worse before it gets any better. So that's fun. Let's just jump in. The first series that I'm in the middle of is Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I just have one book left in this series. So this is a series with Inheritance Games. Now, I've read the original trilogy, but I'm not sure if the Brothers Hawthorne is technically a new series or if it's sort of like a continuation. And so I'm just lumping it all together because it's the same characters. In my list, it's a continuation. This is not my favorite series, but I am going to continue it. I want to know the hype. And I know that not a lot of people loved the Brothers Hawthorne, but it actually should be ready for pickup from my library today. So hopefully before the end of the month, I can knock this one at least down to my caught up series. The next series that I'm in the middle of is the Temperance Brennan series. This is book one. These are all like an interconnected standalone series that inspired the show Bones. I've talked about this series ad nauseum. I think I have 15 books left, maybe 16 books left. I've read the first 5. There's 21 out, I think. I don't know. I'm going to be reading this series forever. I do really enjoy this series. It's always like a murder mystery, forensic anthropology, sciencey sort of book, and it's just a lot of fun. I love all the characters and the banter. It's so great. The next series I'm in the middle of is A Touch of Darkness. I don't know what the series is actually called, but this is by Scarlett St. Clair. It might be the Hades and Persephone series. I didn't love the first book, and I know that a lot of people really love this series. A lot of people find that it's really dark, and I don't know if it just went way over my head or if I am some twisted reader, because I didn't see any of that. I don't know if the whole series is available at my library. It might be in like audiobook or ebook version, which was not my style when I first started using my library again. But in order to finish the series, I might go that route, and I might just see if they have it available, because I would like to finish it, because I know that there's some people that like really love this series, and I want to know as well. And I think I have 3 books left. I've only read the first one. Also, if you know how many books there are in this series, because I just kind of went and did this off of memory. So if you know, let me know down below, and I can adjust my spreadsheet with how many books I actually have left. The next series is the Cupidity series by Raven Kennedy. I only have 2 books left. Well, a novella and then a book. I really enjoyed the series. This is a lot of fun. It's like a increasing in spice level. Why choose fantasy romance? I would really like to finish the series so I can start her Plated Prisoner series, which I know is a favorite among so many people. The series, basically, we are following ML, who is a Cupid, and she ends up going corporeal in a fantasy realm and meets some Chenfins, and they have some fun. There's definitely more plot than that, but it is just a really fun, spicy fantasy romance. The next series that I have to continue is the Maple Hill series. So I have read Icebreaker on my Kindle, but I ended up picking up the physical copy as well as Wildfire when it first came out. I really want to honestly reread Icebreaker and then jump into Wildfire, but with the weather getting so cold, and this is like a summer romance, I don't know. Should I just read them now or should I wait until like the spring? Let me know your thoughts. I love this series. Icebreaker was so spicy. I love all of the hockey players that we get a glimpse into, and I'm just so excited to be back in this world. And these covers are so cute. I love them. And also, if you don't know, this is just a series of interconnected standalones. The found family, the communication is amazing. And so again, I only have Wildfire to be caught up to date with that series. The next series I have is the War of Lost Hearts trilogy by Chris Broadbent. I only have one book left, but book 2 was so hard for me to get through, and book 3 is like 800 pages. I'm just so hesitant to finish or pick up the next book. I think if I maybe read it closer to when I read the first book, that might have worked out better, but yeah, it's not ending up being one of my favorites. I'm hoping that everything ties up and is easy to understand in the last book. Next series I have is Hellfire by Mariel Pomeroy. I have one book left in this. I think it's called Honey. I don't know if there's going to be more to this. Hellfire was a very dark romance. I honestly couldn't even tell you what it was about. I don't even know how to describe it. Try the trigger warnings, read it. It was fun, but I couldn't even tell you. Next series I have is the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. I think I have 4 books left. I read the first 2. This is a mafia romance series, which is following 2 different mafia families that in the first book get joined together through arranged marriage, and through the subsequent books, we're following a different sibling from each side. The next book series number 10 that I'm in the middle of, is Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. I've only read the first book, and I think there's 8 books in the main series. I know there's some books that branch off or something, but I think in the main series I have 7 books left. This was good. It was better than I thought it was going to be, and I'm intrigued to continue and learn about the rest of the Bridgerton siblings. Series number 11 is Fourth Wing. You can see I got Iron Flame right here. That actually just came in like very late last night. I obviously only have 1 book left to check off that series as being caught up. I'm very excited to jump into that later today. I don't think that the series is called Fourth Wing, but I don't know what the series is actually called. I think it starts with an E, maybe. Next, I have the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver. I have 4 books left in this series. I've only read the first one, and I rated the first one 5 stars. It was so good. I had such a fun time with that book. I cannot wait to continue. Emily and I ended up buddy reading that together. So I think we're going to buddy read the rest, but Emily, we need to get back to that because I can't wait. Series number 4 is None Shall Sleep. This is a duology, so I only have 1 left. I think the second one is called Some Shall Sleep. This follows some teenagers who are kind of contracted out with the FBI to help with some like cold cases and understanding like teenage serial killers. I think I ended up rating it 3 stars. It was definitely not my favorite series, but it was really interesting. And because there's only 1 more book, I might as well just close out that duology. Next series is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I have 1 book left in this series as well. One of Us is Left or something. I'm waiting for it to be my turn at the library, and I'll finish that one off really quickly. I fully thought that the series was done until I saw that somebody was reading it and there was another book. So I'm excited. I really enjoyed this series. It was like a sort of similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in that there's a group of teenagers who are all trying to figure out what happened. It was a really fun time, and I personally liked it way more than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Next series is Dreamland Billionaires by Lauren Asher. I still have 2 books left. I've only read the fine print, and I do own that whole series. Next series is The Jacksonville Rays by Emily Rath. I think I have 2 books left. I think there's another book and another novella. This is a Why Choose Extremely Spicy Hockey Romance. I had a great time reading them, and I'm very excited to continue. The next series is Bloodline Vampires by Katie Robert. I think this is a trilogy, although I'm not 100% sure. I just talked about the first book in my October reading wrap-up. I'll have that linked in the cards. It's a novella series where we're following our main character, who is a half-blood human and vampire, and is dropped into this house of one of the purebred vampires to keep the family line going, I guess. And it was good. Not great. I'm hoping the series just gets better. The next series, number 18, is Bloodstone by J.R. Thorne. I think there's 5 books in the series, and I've read the first one. Again, I just talked about the first one in my October wrap-up. It was not my favorite, but the way that it ended and the plot, I'm intrigued to see where the story continues. If book 2 doesn't end up being good, I might just DNF the series. Because it was fine, but I have quite a few issues with it. Number 19 is Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I think there's 6 books in the series, and I've read 1. So I think I have 5 books left. I ended up rating Cinder 3 stars, but I was really intrigued by the world and the plot, so I'm very intrigued to see how it continues. Number 20 is Finlay Donovan. I have 2 books left. I read the first one at the beginning of the month, and it was not my favorite, but the way that the first one ended, I have to know what's going to happen in the second one. Number 21 is Scythe by Neal Shusterman, I believe. I think there's 4 books again in this series, and I read the first one, so I have 3 left. This was surprising. I did not think that I was going to like the first one as much as I did. Again, I'll talk about it in my November reading wrap-up, but wow, very intriguing plot, sci-fi, a unique story. Big fan of that one. And the last series that I am currently in the middle of, but not caught up to, is the Robert Langdon series by Dan Brown. I have 3 books left. I have read Da Vinci Code, which is actually the second book in the series. Oopsies. But these are interconnected standalones. You don't have to read them in order. And I do have Angels and Demons on my TBR for November. So I should be able to knock at least 1 book off of this series and also be back in chronological order. Now for the 4 books that I am currently in the middle of, but I'm all caught up, but it's still an ongoing series. So I have Sacred Stones by Kate Golden. The first one was Dawn of Onyx, and I think the second book comes out in April. The first one was not my favorite. Again, Emily and I read this together, and we both kind of felt the same way, and I'm intrigued to see if the story progresses better in the second book. Number 24 is the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. We will be rereading Crescent City 1 and 2 before the third one comes out. Again, Emily and I are buddy reading these. And I am curious to see if I like them better the second time, because the first time I was real confused. Number 25 is ACOTAR. We're currently in the middle of doing the buddy read of this, Emily and I, and having a good time. Very excited to get to A Court of Silver Flames, because that was my favorite book the first time, and I know that Sarah is working on the next book in that series right now, so I'm very excited for whenever that one is coming out. Probably not until 2025 at the earliest. And then the last series that I'm in the middle of is the Letters of Enchantment series by Rebecca Ross. I just read the first book, Divine Rivals, in October and really enjoyed it. And I'm excited for the second book to come out at the end of the year. So that's it. That's all 26 books that I am, or 26 series that I'm currently in the middle of. Way too many for comfort. I do have quite a few series that I just have one book left to either catch up or finish the series. So I'm really hoping that I can knock this down a few series before the end of the year. Let me know how many series you are currently in the middle of, or if you are like how I used to be and always read an entire series back to back before picking something new. Part of me kind of wishes that I'm still that way, but apparently not. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.